Hey, and welcome. Today I'm going to be asking one simple question. Can I complete Pokemon Red using just a Charizard in battles? I'll be taking the time that Charizard posts at the end of its run and comparing it to the previous runs, and we'll see how well it does against Blastoise and Venusaur. There are a few rules I will be following through this run, so do check those out in the description, but let's dive into Charizard's run. So we're going to do our opening battle here against this rival Squirtle, and you can see here Squirtle doesn't really know that many moves. It's unfortunate that he doesn't know any water moves because it would actually pose a bit of a problem here, but I can imagine that's going to be a problem down the line. Squirtle goes down pretty easily, we reach level 6 and we beat the rival right out of the gate, but trust me, I feel like that's not going to last through this run. So the first big decision when doing these runs is what do we do in Viridian Forest? We could run straight through, or we can grab all the EXP from the trainers here. Because Charizard has such a strong type advantage, I make the decision to stop and put a few levels on Charizard before we head for Brock's gym. Obviously Brock's gym is going to be pretty interesting for Charizard. It should in theory have a bad time in there, but because obviously nothing in there actually knows any rock type moves, it shouldn't be that bad, question mark. But yeah, let's dive straight into Brock's gym here. And as you can see here, the opening trainer in the gym doesn't actually have any rock type Pokemon. It's kind of funny. I don't anticipate this Diglett being too much trouble. We should be able to get rid of it using Ember over and over. We are. We've got to level 11, which is very nice, and then out comes Sandshrew. So Sandshrew hits us there pretty harsh, and it's hitting us with Sand Attack, which could be a problem. Luckily doesn't cause too much issues here. But before we head to Brock, I am going to heal up because they did hit me pretty hard there, and I do expect Geodude and Onix to be a bit more of a tough challenge. Anyway, let's dive into the main event battle in this gym. It's time to face off against shirtless Brock. So out comes Geodude at level 12. Now as you can see, Ember does not do that much damage in this gym, and because we don't have any other kinds of moves other than Scratch, we're just going to have to keep leaning on Ember. I really would like to see a burn at some point. Luckily we get a critical hit at the end there. Now Onix on the other hand can lower my defense pretty quickly with Screech, which is pretty terrifying. As you can see, it is hitting me there. It's gone for Bide, which means I might be able to knock it out. Ooh, Brock went for the full heal there. Very nasty. Luckily we were able to get rid of it, and we have the first gym badge. So yeah, that was not the smoothest of battles. It did take a bit longer than I would have liked, but at the end of the day, we've got ourselves through the first gym, and that's all that matters. And we've done it within 16 in-game minutes. The next leg of our journey takes us up to Mount Moon, and nothing really exciting happens in Mount Moon. I do grab Mega Punch, and I will put it on Charizard in a tiny bit. But for now, we're just going to battle through the final stages of Mount Moon here against the Team Rocket Grunts here. There's obviously not much for us to worry about here because Charizard is pretty high leveled for this area. It's important to note that as we're passing through Mount Moon, we have to be fully aware of Misty's gym and the danger it poses to Charizard. Charizard has a very great weakness to water type Pokemon, and there is a Starmie in that gym that knows Bubble Beam, which will be absolutely disgusting if used against Charizard. That's one of the reasons why I'm focusing on getting as many levels here as I can. But as we wrap up this battle against the scientist here, I'm not feeling completely confident in Charizard's abilities to carry us through that gym. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up teaching it Mega Punch before we even get to the next city, just because I don't fancy Charizard's chances right now. And I think I'm going to go and face the rival and head up Nugget Bridgeway. It is possible to completely skip past Misty's gym for a small time here, which means we're going to be facing off against our rival for the second time here. So, let's see how this goes. He's got level 18 Pidgeotto, which means that we're on level for this battle. It's going for quick attack here, and it's getting in some nasty hits on me, which I'm not a fan of. Luckily we take it down with some Embers. Now at this point Abra is not a concern, so it just goes down in one there, very nice. So Rattata here going for Hyper Fang, not nice at all. Luckily we take it down in one hit, but it's weakened us for the Squirtle here, and you can see that Water Gun does quite a bit of damage even at this point. We get through the rival battle, but it does kind of show us the future weaknesses that we are going to have to kind of get around as we're battling our rival. Something to think about, definitely. So the next step in my big plan here is to teach Charizard Dig. Now in Generation 1, as I've mentioned in the previous videos, Dig is actually just as powerful as Earthquake, it just takes 2 moves. And what it does, it allows Charizard to fight against rock Pokemon, which is going to become invaluable as this run moves forward, because we're going to be seeing a lot of rock type moves being thrown our way, and we really want to be dodging them as best we can. So we make it down to the SSN, I teach Body Slam to Charizard as we grab it from the room, and we're going to see how that changes the flow of this third rival battle here. Now as you can see, we are at level 25, but Body Slam does quite a lot of damage against Pidgeotto, which is great to see. Body Slam takes out Raticate with a critical hit there, we're at level 26. Kadabra should go down in 1, it does, excellent to see. Now Wartortle should go down in 2, but you can see there, Wartortle again doing quite a bit of damage. So at the minute, we're doing pretty okay in terms of moves here. And the fact that we've got Charizard up to level 27 means that I'm feeling a little bit more confident about taking on Misty at this point. Because we can't use Cut yet, we have to head back up to Misty's gym. Let's see if putting off Misty's gym battle for as long as possible was a good idea here. So we've got our Charizard up to level 26 here. I don't think Staryu is going to be too much of a problem here. I think we should be able to take it out with 1 Body Slam. We do. We reach level 27. Now here's the Pokemon that genuinely scares me, and you can see why. Bubble Beam is an absolute beast of a move here, and it actually lowered our speed. Luckily we took it down in 2. We would not have survived a 3rd round against that Starmie there, and we can't really make use of Bubble Beam. 1 hour 13 minutes of in-game time. It's taken a bit longer than the other Pokemon, but that's because I chose to route this one differently. So it means we can head straight down to Lieutenant Surge's gym and immediately challenge his electric Pokemon. Now the good thing here, because we have Dig in our arsenal of moves here, we shouldn't have too much trouble. And that's good because any electric moves against my Charizard here would be a nightmare. And you can see here that Dig is doing its job. We're taking down all these electric Pokemon in 1 move. Raichu's the scariest here. Luckily we take it down in 1. And what should have been a tricky gym for Charizard turns out to be insanely easy. And that's the power of teaching the right moves to your Pokemon at the right time. And you can see 1 hour 19 minutes of in-game time. So we've really made that time back up. So we make our way out to Rock Tunnel so that we can head towards Lavender Town. And Rock Tunnel doesn't really present that much of a challenge. Luckily, the hiker with the 2 exploding Geodude and exploding Graveler isn't really that much of a problem. Again, teaching Dig to Charizard was such a good move, and I feel that it's going to really speed up Charizard as we're making our way through this run. You can see here, these rock Pokemon really don't present any kind of challenge to us, which is really great. As we make it to Celadon City, I'm feeling pretty confident with the momentum we have, so I decide to head straight to Erica's grass gym here. I really think this isn't going to be that much of a struggle for me. So as we enter the gym here, I take on this Bellsprout here. We take it out with 1 Ember, which is really cool. We take out this Weeping Bell. Well, actually we don't. We get hit with a Stun Spore, and then Wrap, and then Wrap, and then Wrap. Are you kidding me? So yeah, as we entered Erica's gym here, we kind of fell into a Generation 1 trap here. And it's not a nice trap as it stands. So basically, because we've been paralyzed with Stun Spore, and because in Generation 1 we don't get the chance to respond to a Wrap, it means that we have to watch in sheer frustration as Charizard goes down here in a battle that it really should have won easily. And this is mind-bogglingly frustrating, but it is what it is, and it means that Charizard falls in the grass gym. So after that little setback, I make the decision to pivot and head into the Team Rocket base. One of the reasons I feel I lost in Erica's gym is just that in Generation 1, there are just not that many great Fire-type moves, and we're relying on Ember here, which is very much a starter Fire-type move. It's one of the big weaknesses of Generation 1 for Fire-type Pokemon, and ultimately, if we were able to one-hit all those grass Pokemon with a decent Fire move, that wouldn't have happened. But it doesn't matter because we're facing off against Giovanni for the first time here. We come up against his level 25 Onix here, gonna use Dig. Dig should take it out. Wow, that actually surprised me. We need to do a second Dig to take it down. Out comes Rhyhorn here. It uses Guard Spec, but we knock it out in 1 anyway. And out comes Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan could be a real problem because it knows Mega Punch, which is Not a nice move to take, let me tell you. Luckily we take it down with 3 body slams, and that's Giovanni dealt with for the first time. Again, not as easy as I was expecting, but we've done all this in 1 hour 58 minutes of in-game time. We need to get rid of Erica's gym as quickly as possible, so I made the decision to head back there with the extra levels gained from the Team Rocket base. Now obviously we've got to beat this one trainer before we head in to fight Erica, and we don't take it out again in 1. Again, not a fan of Ember, really weak move in Generation 1, and it frustrates me that we're going to be leaning on that so much in this upcoming battle. Let's see if I can beat Erica the first time round here. So out comes Victory Bell here. It doesn't even do half damage. Ugh, this is not good for me. We take it down in 3 embers, but you know, I'm feeling a little unconfident here, I'm not going to lie. I don't expect Tangela to be a problem, but then it goes for Bide, and it takes more moves than I want for it to go down. Out comes Vileplume here, critical hit Ember, but it puts me to sleep, don't want to be seeing that. Luckily Petal Dance doesn't do much, we wake up and we knock it out in, well, the final Ember of the match. This proved to be a very frustrating gym for Charizard, and it really shouldn't have been. It really should have been an easy walk through this one, but ultimately it just goes to show that anything can happen in these runs. So the next step is to head over to Lavender Town and face my rival once again. So his team's actually gotten a lot better this time round, so it should be a bit closer this battle. Pidgeotto's at level 25 here, goes for quick attack, we do knock it out with a critical hit body slam, which is very nice. Growlithe is up next, and we use Dig on it because it's super effective. Out comes Execute next, and Ember should take it down. It does take it down in 1. Excellent. So we're going to use Body Slam on Kadabra. Kadabra will be very difficult later on in this run, I expect. Go for Dig on Wartortle. Don't take it out in 1. Does use Bubble Beam on me, but we managed to take it out in the next turn, which is very nice. The next time we see our rival will be in the Silph Coat, but we're not actually going to be facing him just yet. I just want to head into the Silph Coat and grab Earthquake, because we're going to be needing that when we head down to face Koga. It just makes the most sense in my opinion. So it's a quick trip down Cycle Road and then into the Safari Zone to get the HM that we need, and then it's straight into face Koga. I don't want to waste too much time here because I want to make up that time that we lost to Erica. So let's see how this battle against Koga goes. The first thing he sends out is a Coughing, and obviously I'm going to use Earthquake straight away here. Takes it down with critical hit, very nice to see. Out comes Muck. Will this go down in 1? It does not, but it does go for an X attack, which means I can get it on the second turn. Not a bad outcome there. So out comes Coughing here. I don't expect this to hold up much to an Earthquake, definitely not. We hit level 40, which is really cool. Gotta be careful with this Wheezing because it does no self-destruct, as we found out in the other runs. Hopefully we take it down with this second Earthquake. We do, and that's Koga out of the way. Very easy for Charizard in the end. It's interesting because we did sort of struggle in here previously, but it does mean that with 2 hours and 49 minutes of in-game time, we have got our 5th gym badge, and so it's back off to Saffron City. So we're going to take on the rival here. His team has seen a massive upgrade, so I'm a bit curious to see how Charizard holds up against these Pokemon. So here we go, diving in. The first Pokemon out is Pidgeot, level 37. I go for Slash, but it goes for Quick Attack. We do critical hit. I really just want this thing out of the way. Still haven't knocked it out there. Another, oh, critical hit, Quick Attack there. That was not good for me. Level 41. I really just want to get rid of this Growlithe as quickly as possible. Earthquake does that for me, that's excellent. Execute here. I go for Ember. I don't know if that was the right move. It gets a Stun Spore on me. That is not good. Hits me with a Leech Seed as well. That's 1/16 of damage each turn. Here comes Alakazam. Oh, it's been so easy to beat this thing up to now. But now, oh, things are not going well. Didn't knock it out with the Earthquake. I'm in a real tight spot here, and it's knocked me out with the Psybeam. That was a well executed plan by the AI there, but I'm not done. I come back for seconds, and I do try again here to beat the rival for the second time. Hopefully this time we have a bit more luck. He sends out the Pidgeot first here. I just want this thing gone as quickly as possible. It got a critical hit Quick Attack. Are you kidding me? And we didn't knock it out again. Oh, we missed. And it's got the Sand Attack on me. That's going to be crucial as we move forward here. I'm going to go for the Earthquake. We did hit it. Lower accuracy is probably going to come back to bite me at some point in this. I'm going for Body Slam here. We did even less damage than last time. It's put me to sleep, and it's used Reflect, which means that I'm not going to do as much damage. Leech Seed again. It's going to sap health from me. I need Charizard to wake up quickly here because this is not going the way I wanted it to. We've knocked out the Execute, but it's done the damage. We've reached level 42 here. Going for the Earthquake on Alakazam. We knock it out with a critical hit. Excellent. Here's Blastoise. Please don't hit me with anything too big. The Leech Seed doing its damage. Withdraw. I am trying to knock this thing out as quickly as possible. Didn't knock it out, but we got the critical hit. It didn't knock me out with the Wasp Gun. We could do this. We haven't knocked it out with the Earthquake. Are you serious? Those withdraws are really helping it here. How have we not knocked this thing out? I don't... Oh, that's so frustrating. I genuinely feel like had that Blastoise not gone for withdraw so much, and had we not been hit by that early sand attack, this would have been a very different story. And when I go back the next time, I get paralyzed again, and Blastoise just completely trounces me again. I give it one more chance, and I'm convinced at this point that I can beat him if I can just avoid that paralysis. Out comes the Pidgeot again. I do want to get rid of this thing as quickly as possible. It goes for a quick attack, but we go for Body Slam. We still don't knock it out in 2 turns. That is such a devastating moment. We reach level 44. I just want this Growlithe out of the way. Knock it out in 1. Excellent. Out comes Execute here. I'm just going to use Ember on it, and we get a critical hit. Nice, which wasn't able to get its Stun Spore off on me. That may be the difference in this battle. Alakazam goes down to an Earthquake, and it's Blastoise. Now here's the thing, if we can get a critical hit here, wow, I don't even think that's barely 1/3 of damage. We go for Body Slam, don't knock it out, and we knock it out. Oh my god. We have lost so much time to this rival battle in Silphcore. This could be absolutely devastating to Charizard's final time, I'm not gonna lie. How devastating? Well, I guess we're just gonna have to find out at the end of the run. But for now, it's the road to Giovanni. We're gonna take out this final Rocket Grunt before Giovanni. It's not a tough battle at all. I'm not even going to lie to you. But Giovanni does have some Pokemon that do scare me, and I'm not looking forward to taking those on. So, as we take care of this Marowak here, we've got to keep our eye on the new Pokemon that Giovanni is bringing into the battle here. So, Giovanni's going to face us here for the 2nd time. Out comes Nidorino as his first Pokemon. I just want to get rid of this thing as quickly as possible. Earthquake will do the job here because it is part Poison type. Excellent, down in 1. Kangaskhan here, going to use Earthquake on it. Will it knock it out in 1? It does not. It does about half damage though. Comet Punch though, bit of an annoying move. Use Slash there. Higher critical hit ratio in Generation 1, so a good shout there I think. Earthquake does not take Rhyhorn down in 1. That is a shocker, I'm not going to lie. I use Slash just to finish it off. And then out comes Nidoqueen. This should be super effective. It doesn't knock it out in 1 though again. That is slightly concerning. Nidoqueen goes down and we reach level 46. But the main story here is that we can finally get rid of Ember and bring Flamethrower to the party. Hoorah! It's been a rollercoaster of emotions these last few battles, so getting Flamethrower at the end of it all is all I wanted to see, because that means we now have a good fire move that we can close the game out with. I also made the decision between now and Sabrina to teach Double Team to Charizard, because I think we've reached that point where Charizard needs Double Team to get through some of these clutchier battles. And to be honest, Sabrina is absolutely horrifying in Generation 1, so I'm not sure what to make of this. I don't know what to expect. Charizard could have a great time here, or it could get absolutely destroyed. Let's see how this plays out. Sabrina in Generation 1 is a bit of a pain. So the first Pokemon that Sabrina sends out is level 38 Kadabra. So the first thing we're going to do is just slam it with an Earthquake. Now the Kadabra family is pretty easy to take down, they're pretty weak to physical moves. Mr. Mime does not go down to 1 Earthquake though, so we have to make out with a Slash there. So I'm going to use Double Team here. The idea here is that Double Team will help me to avoid a lot of Alakazam's major moves, and yes, I've used this technique with both Venusaur and Blastoise, but to be honest, it's a sound technique in Generation 1, and it will help me to get through a lot of these clutchier battles that we're going to be facing moving forward. So I get my Double Teams in, and then here comes the Flamethrower. You can see I'm poisoned, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. If we can get lucky here, 1 hit Earthquake, it does, it knocks out, and Sabrina is done. I'm actually surprised at that. I thought Alakazam would hold on there, and I figured that those double teams would actually be useful, but in the end, we didn't need them. We've had some absolutely rotten luck in this run so far, so I will take whatever luck comes my way. I'm not going to complain. And speaking of taking things for granted, here is Blaine. Blaine is not going to be that much of a problem for us because 1, we're type matched with it, but 2, we have Earthquake here. Growlithe goes down to Earthquake, which we've seen plenty of times in this run, not a surprise. Ponyta goes down to an Earthquake, which, you know, again, not a surprise. Rapidash may hold on if we're unlucky here. It does not, which I'm really happy about. And then out comes his ace in the hole, the level 47 Arcanine. It doesn't go down to 1 Earthquake, but the Super Potion really doesn't change anything. It's going down to that second one. Blaine, not much of a problem, and that's Gym Badge 7. I'm hoping that we can blitz through these last few gyms and get back some of that time that we lost to that rival battle in Silphcore. 3 hours and 47 minutes of in-game time. It's not looking good for that first position, but we're going to head into the final Giovanni battle here. I don't know how this one's going to go. I think we'll be okay. I hope that we'll be okay. First out is Rhyhorn at level 45. Use Earthquake on it. It does not go down. It's just not happening for us with Earthquake, is it? Here's Dugtrio. We use Flamethrower on it. Still, again, doesn't knock it out in 1. We have to use Flamethrower twice. Here's Nidoqueen, just going to use Flamethrower on it at this point because I'm convinced Earthquake is not going to knock out these Pokemon in 1. Take it down with the Flamethrower there. Again, just spamming Flamethrower here. Critical hit, nice. Nidoking goes straight down. So yeah, I'm going to use Earthquake here. Oh my god, we really can't hit anything here, can we? We're not getting any luck here. Rhydon does hold on, and we get a Flamethrower in. It doesn't knock it out. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. We nearly went there. Things nearly went very badly. Luckily a slash right at the end there saved it, and we've pulled through for the 8th gym badge, but that was a lot more clutch than I'm comfortable with. We've done it in just under 4 hours of in-game time, all 8 gym badges, so I should be happy, but I feel a little bit deflated, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like we're gonna struggle in the back end of the game here. Charizard has really struggled at points where I didn't even think it was going to struggle, and we nearly didn't get through that Giovanni fight in one piece. So it's time to face the rival in front of the Elite Four, and I'm not sure how this battle's going to go, especially given how the last one went. Pidgeot's at level 47 here. I am just going to go for the Flamethrower. We don't knock it out in 1, but we do quite a lot of damage to it. Misses its Whirlwind, we hit level 50. Good times here. Going to go for Earthquake, hoping this knocks it out in 1. It doesn't. It misses with the Horn Drill. The Slash knocks it out because it's a critical hit, so good to see that. Going to use the Earthquake on Growlithe here. Take it down in 1. Excellent to see. So I'm going to use Flamethrower on Execute. That should take it down in 1. It does take it down in 1. Alakazam here, please don't do anything too mean to me. Gonna go for the double team. It hits Psychic. 1 HP clutch, are you kidding me? Oh my god. And we don't knock it out with the Earthquake, but we do survive the Psybeam. I do not like my chances going into this battle here. I cannot believe we have 1 HP going in here. Ridiculous. And it hits me with Hydro Pump, so we've lost again to the rival. I go back for a second attempt against the rival, and once again, Alakazam causes me absolute pandemonium with its Psybeam attack. Critical hit there, almost took me out, and it means that we've got next to nothing in the tank against this Blastoise here. I go for Slash, doesn't really do that much damage, and again, we get knocked out. This is so frustrating. Our rival just seems to have Charizard's number. It's not just one Pokemon either, it's the whole team just seemingly working together to slowly drag Charizard down. So here I am going for my 3rd attempt against the rival in front of the Elite Four. It's Pidgeot again here at level 47. I really just want this to end. We're going for double team this time. I'm not playing around. We're just going to get the double teams in. It's the only way I can see me getting through this battle with any kind of consistency. It is getting wing attacks in on me, but honestly that's not a threat to me at this point. Slashes take it down. Here's Rhyhorn. Hopefully it goes down for 1 Earthquake. Please go down for 1 Earthquake. It did. Excellent. We've hit level 52. Growlithe's going to go down to 1. It always goes down to 1 Earthquake. Out comes Execute. I want this Flamethrower to do it in 1, and it does. Excellent. So here's the problem Pokemon. It's Alakazam. I want this thing to go down in 1, but I'm not confident it will. It does not. Luckily we get it down with 2, it was not able to hit Psybeam on me. Now I'm just hoping that Blastoise does not hit a Hydro Pump on me here. It's going for Withdraw, which is just making my life even more troublesome here. Missed with the Hydro Pump and we got it on the 3rd bounce. My goodness, the rival really does have my number in this run. This is so unpredictable. We've beaten this rival in 4 hours, 8 minutes in-game time. You have to remember that the Venusaur is 5 hours, 14 minutes of in-game time for its final time. So if we want to get that title, we're pretty much going to need a perfect run, which I don't see happening. We make it to the Indigo Plateau in 4 hours, 20 minutes in-game time. If we're going to do this, it's going to have to be a miracle run for me. So first up is Lorelei. Lorelei uses a mixture of water and ice Pokemon, which should play to our advantage, but you just know that the way this is going, probably not. I use the double team technique, I go for double teams at the start of the battle. I'm hoping to avoid that, but unfortunately Aurora Beam does quite a lot of damage, and I made the decision that we need to move quickly to get rid of this Dugong before it takes me out. Out comes Cloyster next. Gonna use Slash again, critical hit, but it does get the Aurora Beam in on me. This battle is looking pretty messy. So I'm going for more double teams here in the faint hope that it won't hit me with any more moves. Flamethrower does a lot of damage, surprisingly, so that's good to know. Flamethrower doesn't do so much damage on Slowbro, but at this point I'm really just trying to avoid using physical moves. We take down Slowbro, level 54, excellent to see. This Jinx should go down. Oh, it doesn't go down in 1, and it takes us out of an Ice Punch. Ultimate insult for a fire Pokemon. Because we lost our first run at the Elite Four, I'm now able to make use of rare candies. I use 5 of them, thinking that might be enough, hopefully be enough to get us through Lorelei. So with a level 58 Charizard, it's now time to take on Lorelei again. I think this might be the difference we need. Dugong comes out again first. I go straight for an attacking move, I just want to get rid of this thing, but the Aurora Beam takes off so much HP and we don't knock it out. Luckily it's gone for rest here, which gives me an opportunity to hit it without being retaliated upon. I do go for some double teams here because this seems like the perfect opportunity to get some in, and hopefully if we're able to avoid all these Aurora Beams, we can get through this battle. Nope, we get hit by another one, just for good measure. Earthquake here, not doing the damage. And at this point, I'm just getting so frustrated with this Charizard. Luckily, we've knocked out the Dugong, and Earthquake doesn't do that much damage to Cloyster. Who would have thought it? Critical hit Slash, and we don't knock it out, but Lorelei does go for a Super Potion. The Aurora Beams from Cloyster are missing, which is a good thing. Out comes Slowbro here. I'm not even going to bother trying to use Flamethrower, because last time it really didn't do that much damage. Slash does critical hit, which we love to see. And down goes Slowbro. So last time Jinx took us out with Ice Punch. This time round I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. It doesn't knock it out and we get the Super Potion in. This game is taking the mickey here. So out comes Lapras, a race in the hole, and of course with Hydro Pump, that's the end of this run. Sigh. I make use of the final rare candy in my bag here, and I just say let's give it one more try, why not? We're at 4 hours and 37 minutes of in-game time, so we're pretty much losing that window to beat Venusaur here. We either need to do it this run, or it's not going to happen at all. So let's get into this battle with Lorelei here. It's level 54 Dugong once again, going for the Earthquake because why not at this point? Aurora Beam does a lot of damage again, so now I decide why not go for the double teams. You know, why the heck not? You know, we've already taken enough L's this stream and we go straight down. So with another defeat under my belt, I go for yet another crack at Lorelei. This time I won't hesitate in using double teams, I will just use double teams right out the gate. I think that's the only way we're getting past Lorelei with any kind of consistency here. Unfortunately, her Pokemon are hitting me with some great consistency until the double teams actually start to take effect, which is what I want to see. Ooh, that almost knocked me out. That was so clutch. I will be amazed if we get through this. Dugong goes down to Slashes. Here comes Cloyster. Going for a Raw Beam. They're all going to be going for a Raw Beam on me. And it's gone for Clamp. Are you kidding me? That is so frustrating. But it's what I expect at this point. So we're going to go again here. We're going to see if I can get through Lorelei. At this point, Lorelei is the biggest threat to me in this game, along with a rival, to be honest. Going for double teams at the start here. Are you kidding me? A critical hit Aurora Beam. This game, what is it doing to me? At this point, Lorelei should just be giving me flowers because, like, she is, like, just ruining my night here. Absolutely destroying my poor Charizard. The only thing I can do, like I said, is just double team. There's probably other techniques I could be doing. I could probably put Toxic on Charizard if I really wanted to poison it, but the point is, I don't think the poison would have that much effect in the time needed. I've gotten enough double teams here that I hope we're not going to get hit by another Aurora Beam. I just want to spam Flamethrower here. It's probably Charizard's best move. It's really the only thing I've got going for me here. That didn't even do that much damage. May as well go for Flamethrower because it's raising its physical defense. Taking down the Slowbro there. Jink should go down to 1. It does. And then here comes Lapras again. Slash does a critical hit. Blizzard misses. That's crucial because if Blizzard hits me here, it will knock me out. And we've done it. We've beaten Lorelei. Where's my trophy? Where's my title belt? I demand some kind of, like, celebration for beating Lorelei. But unfortunately, as we always know, that is not the only thing we've got to do in the Elite Four. We've got to beat the rest. So here's Bruno. Out comes level 53 Onyx. Now, I'm not too scared about this battle. How did that survive the earthquake? How on earth did that happen? Oh, this is the run of bad luck, I'm telling you guys. Flamethrower here, knocks out Hitmonchan in 1. Out comes Hitmonlee. Same story, same outcome. Out comes Onyx again here. I really would like to see this go down in 1, but I'm not holding out hope. Critical hit. Oh, Pokemon gods finally smile on me. Here's Flamethrower on Machamp. I was a bit concerned about Machamp there, but I'm actually glad we got rid of it in 1. So here's Agatha. Agatha potentially poses a problem. She has some ghost Pokemon with some nasty moves in her team. But if we're quick enough, we should be able to get rid of them with Earthquake, because most of her team has weaknesses to whatever poison types have weaknesses to, which we can take advantage of here. Golbat here not causing too much trouble. Out comes Haunt at level 55. Just get rid of it with Earthquake. Just get rid of it as quickly as possible. Level 62, love to see it. Arbok should go down to an Earthquake here. It does, super effective, we love to see it. Out comes Gengar again, level 60 this time, and we get rid of it. So we are making good time here on this run. I'm hoping that if we go fast enough here, we can maybe make up some of that time that we lost to Lorelei at the start. I don't know at this point. I'm restoring all my PP and all my HP here as we head into the Lance battle. I think this is probably the scariest battle because that Dragonair is such an unknown against my Charizard. Let's see what happens here. Gyarados, oh god, I forgot about Gyarados. We're just gonna have to go for double teams here. There's no other tactic I can come up with here. Double teams or nothing. If we can avoid those Hydro Pumps, then, you know, maybe we have a chance. No, it's hit me with Hydro Pump, but it didn't do that much damage. I was actually expecting a lot worse off it. I'm going to go for Slash here. Didn't knock it out, but he's gone for Hyper Potion. So the Slash does critical hit again, and a critical hit again. Oh, this Gyarados is hanging on. So that Hydro Pump did not do as much damage as I was expecting. I was expecting a lot worse from that. Earthquake takes out Dragonair there. A second Earthquake takes out the second Dragonair. Yes, it does. So we've got an Aerodactyl here. I don't have any moves that are particularly good against this thing, so I'm just going to use Flamethrower just to get rid of it as fast as possible. We've hit level 63, and here comes Dragonite. So there really isn't a good tactic here. I'm just going to spam all my moves and see which one hits best. Yeah, we didn't knock it out. I thought we got rid of it there, but we get rid of it on the next move. We've beaten Lance, and with beating Lance means we get to fight the champion, who is our rival, who has beaten us how many times in this run. So I'm just going to do a quick full restore here, and then we're just going to get into the fun part of this run here. I am nervous as heck. I don't know how this is going to go. Will we be able to beat our rival for the final time here? What's the time? I haven't been looking. First out here is a level 61 Pidgeot. We've seen this grow and evolve over this game. The only thing I can really do here is go for double team. It's going for weird moves. It's not going for Sky Attack, which is what I kind of expected. It's going for Whirlwind, which, you know, is not going to affect me in this battle because there's no other Pokemon to switch to. So I'm going to use Flamethrower. We've turned that bird into a toasty bird. Here's Alakazam. Now, Earthquake should knock it out. It does. Excellent. I was a bit scared of Alakazam there. Will we take out Rhydon in one? We do not. Earthquake does not take it out in one. Rhydon does go down though to the second Earthquake. Arcanine should go down to an Earthquake here. Yes, excellent, good to see. We've hit level 64. Executor should go down to a Flamethrower here. It does, which means we've got a full health Charizard against a full health Blastoise going into the last battle here. Slash does critical hit, it goes for Withdraw. We're going to go for Flamethrower here. It's missing its Hydro Pumps. We didn't knock it out with that Slash, but I think we've got it. We have. Excellent. That means we are the champion of the Kanto region, but I want to see that time. Have we been able to beat Venusaur's time or Blastoise's time? Charizard had some real difficulties in this run. We got held up where the other two did not. It's going to be interesting to see where Charizard comes overall in the ranking here. So let's see what the final time ends up being. Has Charizard managed to beat Blastoise or Venusaur? The answer is it beat Blastoise, but it just lost out to Venusaur. That final run really helped to pull it back, but ultimately Charizard is second place on the charts right now. I'm not surprised. We really struggled at points with Charizard. Some of those rival battles really killed the momentum. Losing to Erica was an unexpected one, and then Lorelei just held us up at the start of the Elite Four. Unfortunately, as good as Charizard can be, it just wasn't able to take advantage of all those moves in its arsenal to the effectiveness that we needed it to. And ultimately, that means that of the 3 starter Pokemon, it's Venusaur that walks away with the gold trophy. So, it's been really fun doing these 3 Pokemon, and I fully intend to do more Pokemon runs in the future. If you like what you saw here, give the channel a subscribe. But thank you so much for watching, and yeah, catch you in the next video.